Crafty friends, hello. Thank you so much for coming over to Love Builds Up Crafts. I'm Sasha, and in today's video we are going to finally turn our Mrs. into a Mr. So if you want to know how, stay tuned. And if you haven't seen the other two videos, I'll link them in the description below as well as on the end screen so that it makes it easier for you to find. I've already stamped and die cut my face and my body. The next bit, however, is not this simple, okay? So because we're in England, we only have the starter set dies. We don't have the other ones that come with the different types of hairs, like this one, which comes with the afro hair. But one of my friends on Instagram, Debbie Cards, sent me this beautiful personalized card. That's me right there with the afro. Love this card. And it was the only thing that I had that I could use. So what I'm going to do is just borrow the hairpiece off of that. Debbie, please do not hate me. I'm totally going to repair this card, and if I had the dies I would not do this. I don't advise you guys to do this. If you have the dies, then just cut out using the dies. So as you can see, the borrowed piece is actually 2 pieces of paper, but I can't use that for this method because you need it to be cut out of brown cardstock, the same as the skin color that you've chosen. So instead, I'm going to grab my micron pen, a pencil, and a eraser. Those 3 things are important for this method. So first of all, you're going to start by tracing, taking the cardstock, the same cardstock that you cut out your man from and your woman by, and then just do a trace of the outline of the hair. Just trace around the outer edges of the hair, just like that. Yeah, just trace around it and you'll get the shape. You don't need those squiggly bits that are coming down. You just need the basic rounded shape. It's not really around, but yeah. So once you're done with the tracing, you're gonna fussy cut out 2 pieces of that shape, one for the beard and one for the hair. Okay, so if you have these dies, just cut out 2 pieces with your die, and then you're just gonna check if it fits. It should fit, and if it doesn't, just trim it a bit more. So I noticed that even though these are cut out of the same cardstock, they look like 2 different colors. So I was so curious to see if it was just my eyes deceiving me, but it wasn't. As you can see there, the colors, they sort of have like a sort of light shaded darkness bit. I don't know how to describe this, but how perfect is this? So when I noticed that, I had to go and check with the paper pad if it was the same for the paper pad, and it turns out that it is. Like, how clever of Karin to think of this, because skin is not like one color, it's got different shades. So you can see that clearly on the paper pad, like the top bit and the bottom bit are 2 different shades, because no one's skin is one shade. Maybe there is someone like that, but most of the people I know, their skin is not one shade. Sorry for those sounds. That's my son trying to fight his sleep. But moving forward, I was just showing you there that if you're to cut your face, then you can have those different shades depending on how you cut it, and that's really so cool. I checked on most of them, they don't have the variation, so I'm just gonna assume it's on the papers that are meant for skin. Okay, so we sort of went on a tangent there, but anyway, we're back. So here I'm just doing something that is totally unnecessary, trying to figure out which piece will be the bottom and the top. Doesn't matter because they're all going to get covered in micro pen, but like, I just fuss over these little details, and oh my goodness, help me. Okay, I'm so fussy. Look at how long I'm spending on this stupid detail that is not even going to matter. Anyway, I regress. So what I'm doing now is just aligning my headpiece so that I can add the, what do you call the sideburns? Yeah, so that I can add the sideburns. I wanted my man to be really manly, so the more hair for me, the manlier. That's just my opinion, okay? I'm not saying if your man doesn't have hair, he's not manly. That is not what I'm saying at all. Okay, that's just my opinion and it means nothing. So you just trace out a shape towards the mouth. You know how sideburns are. Just trace a line down the mouth. This is for a man who's just had like a shave to his beard, so it's nicely shaped. Yep, you just keep tracing. Do you do it really lightly? Sorry, not tracing, drawing. You're drawing it on really lightly. And then just come up, because I want the beard to go around the mouth. But if you don't want all of this, then you don't have to do all of this. You can just simply just leave your man bald. I think if you leave him bald, he'll look just as good. You can even give him a toupee if you want. I mean, the possibilities are endless. Sorry, it's just the image of like a bald man. I don't know why that makes me laugh, but it makes me laugh so much. And my dad was bald, so that's very, oh, that's amusing. Anyway, right, I made a boo-boo there. I'm just gonna rub it off, and that's what you do. If you make a mistake, no pressure. See, earlier I had practiced and you can see there where I made a mistake, like my top beard is too sharp around the corners. It needs to be a bit more rounded, and I make the exact same mistake. That's what I was rubbing off there. But anyway, once you come in with your micron pen, these details are not gonna matter. So before we start adding our hair with the micron pen, I'm just going to quickly repair Debbie's card so that if she ever watches this video, she can see that I repaired the card and I put it back to normal. It's good as new. I felt really bad taking it apart, and I don't want anyone to think this is what I do all the time. No, I really treasure my cards that are sent to me, and this is going back to its special place in one piece. The fun is about to start now, so just grab one of the pieces. It doesn't really matter which one. I'm just fussing for no reason. And then just take your pencil, and what you're going to do is add a base layer of color. So the pencil is great for that because it adds it lightly. If you see any areas where you would have made a mistake with the pen, it's permanent and you can't erase it, whereas a pencil gives you an opportunity to correct your mistakes. So, and it also gives you less work to do, because if you're doing this straight with a micron pen, it would be more work. So what you're doing is just doing like squiggly circles. Is it squiggly circles? Well, just circles, but loads of them in the same space and just tiny. Yeah, like a scribbled circle, that's it. You're just scribbling on circles. So depending on the texture of hair that you want to portray, if you really want coarse hair, then you need to make your circles tighter and smaller. And if you want a less coarse hair texture, then obviously make your circles wider and less spread out. So that's what you're doing there. Just go in with the circles. Have fun, because this is relaxing. Just pop some music on and just go circle mad, okay? Just go in and draw loads of circles, because you're going to do this same exact thing for the beard. So yeah, you're going to be here for a while, just drawing circles. Once you've got the coverage that you like, which is a lot of little circles, then you're going to come in with your micron pen. You can see there how many circles. And then you're going to come in with your micron pen. I use an O3, okay? You can use an O2, but that takes way longer because it's tinier and it's going to take more circles to cover the area, obviously. and I wouldn't advise an 04 or an 05 or anything higher than 03 really, because they make it darker quick and it doesn't give you an opportunity to really see where you need to add shading and variation, because all those things make the hair less flat. Because if you just have the same color throughout the hair, then it's definitely going to look flat, and then you've just done all this work for no reason, because you could have just cut it out of black cardstock. So definitely use an 03 micron pen or a fine tip black pen. You can use a normal black pen, you don't have to use a micron pen. I just prefer micron pens because I do. Okay, so just like you did with the pencil, just go in circles, covering small areas and darkening wherever you want to add variation, shadows, and all that lovely stuff. I am not Kit and Clouder. She explains everything so well. I just do, okay? I just do. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. All right? So you just keep adding your circles. And once you've done one layer, then you're going to see where you need to add a bit more circles or make it tighter or make it wider. So our beard is all done, and so is our hair and the sideburns. You do everything the same way, you just make little circles, and I've left the beard a bit lighter towards the mouth because that's how real beards are. They're not all the same color. And as you can see, your man looks good just bald. He actually looks so good bald, and you can see I didn't shade in everything because I'm going to cover it with the beard, so you don't need to do all the hard work for no reason. So you're just going to fussy cut the beard. He actually looks so good bald. Maybe I'm gonna do a bald one because wow, he looks good bald and bearded. Anyway, you're going to fussy cut the beard, just that shape. If you don't have this dye, it doesn't mean you can't customize your misses or change it into mister. All you have to do is just take a paper and draw a squiggly line and then cut that squiggly line off and color it and make it black. That's all. Or whatever the hair color that you're going for. It doesn't have to be black. It can be brunette, blonde, not blonde, or whichever color. So glue that down because he's ready. And then I've added some white gel pen to his eyes because the wide-eyed look was just not working for me. I cannot stand a wide-eyed man. So I had to try and make the eyes a bit smaller. Let's make him a nice v-neck shirt. I love v-necks on men, and since this is my card, I'm doing what I want. When it's yours, you can do whatever shirt you like. I'm just using some of the scraps from the female version of this card. The bit where I cut out her body, it makes a nice v-neck, and the top bit makes a nice rounded neck, so you can use that as well if you wanted to. I know it doesn't look like much now, but see on the final card, doesn't it look awesome with the v-neck shape? That looks so good. So what I did is I made the background again because the scraps were not working. So I remade the background using the exact same method that I did in making the female version of this, which is to do a distress oxide background sprayed with, you know what, I'm not going to explain. What you need to do is go and watch the part 2, okay, of how to customize your Mrs. Dies, sorry, not dolls, dies. This is the perfect time to remind you to please subscribe and hit the like and comment below. Definitely subscribe right now if you haven't, please, so that we can continue experimenting and discovering other wonderful crafty things. Isn't this so cool? So to make the frame, I just cut out some strips. I have such a hard time saying T words because my tongue doesn't roll. But anyway, strips, cutting out strips, and then I used them around to just frame it. I thought the gold would look nice, so I'm showing you there how I did the v-neck. So I cut out the body shape for the shirt, and then I just used that V corner bit and I sent that through the die, and that's what came out. I hope I'm explaining that well. If I'm not, I might do like a short video on Instagram to show you how to get the V-neck, or how to get different shaped neck types. Neck shapes. Oh, I don't know. Okay, this is getting too hard. You know, English is actually really hard. Like, learning it as a second language is so challenging. But anyway, you're not here for all that stuff. The cards are finished. This is the last in this three-parter. So thank you so much for joining me if you have watched all three of them. So before you go, make sure you hit subscribe, because I'll be uploading a new video on Monday and I don't want you to miss it out. Definitely please hit the like button and comment below what you thought about this makeover. Okay, one more thing. Please make sure you watch part 1 and part 2 of this three-part series. Is it a series? Series. Okay, that sounds right. Three-part series. You might like it or you might not, but either way, let me know what you think in the comments below.